In 1996, Independence Day was the big blockbuster of the summer. Now the question is, does it still hold up in 2019? Let's find out.
Hi guys, this is Ruining Your Childhood Independence Day edition after Independence Day. So I'm Jess.
I'm John, probably.
I'm Ken.
John, fortunately.
Fortunately, that's true. So we're the nerds of N9000 Plus.
Well, I remember loving this movie as a kid. I think we all
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And when I got it, it was, this proves how old I am. VHS wore that tape down. Oh, wore that tape down.
I mean, anything pre-2000 was probably mostly VHS.
Yeah, VHS. And I watched it a lot. As a kid, it was top 3 films.
Yeah, well, for me, I don't think it was ever in the top.
Yeah.
I never owned it or anything, but every time it came on TV or whatever when I was a kid, I would watch it. And it was definitely interesting to see all the stuff they cut out of it to fit for TV. But I really enjoyed it. And I was also really big into Will Smith before he started making bad movies for a little bit.
This was Will in his prime.
Exactly. So I really love this movie.
Yeah, I don't actually recall if I owned the film.
Yeah.
What I remember is the experience. It's like sometimes I tell people I'll review a movie and I'll say it was bad or whatever. But then I'll also say like, but I enjoyed my theater experience. It was interesting. The audience, like a Star Wars film,
Yeah.
What I remember specifically is we rented it from Blockbuster on VHS. When I was a kid, it came out in 96.
Yeah.
So I rented it probably in 96 when it first came out on video, maybe early 97. So I was like 11 or whatever. And we rented it. It was my family, my mother, my stepfather, and his sister, Eileen, all watched it at the house. And I absolutely went ape over this movie. I loved it. I remember like running around the house, like all excited, like pretending to shoot at aliens or something, probably I don't know. But I just loved it. And it was, at the time, to me, it was a perfect movie. Mm-hmm. It was a perfect experience, regardless of how I feel about this movie now that we're about to watch it. I've read some things online, like some people's opinions, and I have an idea based on people I respect that I may not love it as much.
Yeah.
But, we'll see. I'll have an open mind. So.
Yeah. And it's sci-fi. So sci-fi sometimes can go either way. A while ago, we watched Gattaca for Ruining Your Childhood, and that one absolutely holds up. So maybe...
Oh, God, this is so stupid already. How do we make the audience know our next character we're going to show is smart? He'll play chess.
Seems years back, our boy here was kidnapped by aliens, did all kind of experiments on him and such. Tell him about it, Russ.
That's so stupid.
What?
He's bringing this up right now when he's about to be proven right. Like, why would this guy right now want to mention that he years ago claimed to have been abducted by an alien?
Because that's all they do is pick on him about it.
I know, but it's just
a little too convenient that it's happening right now.
It's like in chess. First, you strategically position your pieces. Then when the timing's right, you strike.
That's not how chess works.
Yeah, I was about to
First,
say.
you strategically place all your pieces. No?
No, it's move for move.
And you have an equal...
Yeah.
Sort of. Like, you do strategically place your pieces.
But you go back and forth in a turn-based system, and you have the same, power. You know what I mean?
Now, if then aliens place themselves on New York and then we place ourselves on their planet, that would be fair. That would be chess.
You gotta leave the White House.
So I'd like the time or the place to be having that same old discussion.
That's so stupid. What? He says you're going to leave the White House. This is not the time or place to have that same old discussion. There are alien ships in the sky. You know he's talking about that. Oh, God. I forgot about the letter. Coincidentally, he's got a response from NASA right now.
I mean, it would have been sent a while ago.
Oh, I remember this. He makes a really hard landing.
Oh, my God.
I feel like they used a dummy or something.
Yeah, that was definitely a dummy. And I feel like if he came down like that, he wouldn't be able to walk.
I was about to
that
say,
was like a
he
broken
would know
leg.
better. You would probably be super injured.
Welcome to Earth.
No,
Very
he
clear
literally Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. Clear as day.
People are racist, yeah.
That's what I call a close encounter.
Now the alien.
John, I can just hear you go.
That's so stupid. I
It
like
was
Will
dumb.
Smith, but
I
that's-
really liked the Welcome
that's
to Earth, and they could have just stopped.
In the 1950s or whatever, you had that spaceship.
Dad, no,
Oh,
Dad.
yeah.
Yeah, that thing that you found.
I just realized how coincidental is that we picked this movie because
Why?
everyone's trying to go invade Area 51.
Oh, right.
Oh man, I was thinking
We
myself.
need
This,
to put that in the tags.
yes.
Hashtag Storm Area 51.
You know what? There was a reason why we didn't see it before July 4th. It's
Right?
perfect now. Oh my God.
Go
Brilliant.
teams.
Nice, John. Nice.
They all look like Oompa Loompas.
They kind of do. There's definitely sort of an Oompa Loompa feel from the TV
Yeah.
room.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait for someone to walk by with a purse.
I knew it was coming and it still made me jump. I know.
No one in this world is qualified to operate.
He's an alien.
That would have been such a great twist.
What the twist?
You know how I'm always trying to save the planet?
He literally is saving the planet.
This is why I say it's dumb Spielberg,
Why?
right? Captain Hiller, Will Smith, is like, I want to be a NASA astronaut. I want to go to space. I want to fly the shuttle. And now he gets to.
Yeah.
He's all, everybody recycle. Oh, we got to save the planet. And now he gets to literally save the planet. It's so
On the nose.
elementary and stupid.
It really is
And
on the
I
nose.
hate it. You know, I'm willing to suspend my disbelief a bit with the idea that he can upload a virus to
This
an alien
quickly?
system. Well, it's an alien system. We don't even know what their systems are.
I was about to say, shouldn't they have like an advanced firewall just like their shields?
You'd think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so stupid.
It reminds you of hackers, right?
Yeah, it's real dumb. Here's the other thing too. They loaded that thing up with a nuke, right?
What?
Well, where they loaded that ship up with a
Yes.
they outfitted it with a nuclear warhead.
Yeah.
Where did they put it? Where was it on the ship?
I have no
Apparently it was
idea.
underneath.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that this alien species didn't detect
I
a
knew-
foreign weapon on their
on
ship?
their own
I
ship.
just, it's all these little things.
Yeah.
He just said, what about our two delivery boys? We heard from them. There's people everywhere cheering. And right when he said that, their two significant other women step in.
Yeah.
It's so lazy.
It is weird.
Okay, well, we just finished watching Independence Day, and as for whether or not it held up, well, graphics-wise, to a certain degree, yeah, not so bad.
Yeah.
Acting-wise, it had its moments. As for actual like dialogue and like moments, like like everyday moments or realistic moments, not so much. As a kid, it seemed believable. As an adult, it is a lot of things were like, nah,
Nobody would actually say that.
Actually say that. Almost
Yeah.
nobody would actually do that.
Yeah, the dialogue was a little stilted from time to time. And to your point about the visual effects holding up, absolutely. I mean, it really does look pretty great. The aliens look good. The ships look really cool. I like a lot of the look of everything. A couple of little things with Jazz point out while we were watching it, where the explosion at the end. And
Yeah,
the
it looks
pieces
like a
are flying.
2D thing inside of a 3D environment. And and I think that's just because it was 96. We've come a long way in CGI and graphics and stuff like that. If it was a movie that came out today, oh no, that would not hold up. But I think for 96, it was actually pretty good. But I agree with both of you. Some of the dialogue didn't feel like it was actually written that way. Sometimes it felt like it was improv, like they ad-libbed it and it just didn't fit, and they just probably didn't feel like reshooting something because it was a lot of graphics and a lot of like there were explosions and stuff like that. And some of the places where it was, I feel like they just didn't want to redo that scene. You know,
I was reminded a bit of Endgame, though that's, that sounds crazy because
Yeah.
Endgame is a solid film.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for this very much, but I was reminded a bit because if you guys recall in our Endgame review, the one major complaint I had was the level of humor thrown in to very serious moments.
Yeah.
And, you've got a guy, Will Smith's partner in crime, Harry Connick Jr., just died, and the alien, he just lost his ship, his plane.
Yeah.
He had to eject. The alien crashes. And he's, welcome to Earth. And then he's sitting down. He's like, well, that's what I call a close encounter. I'm like,
Yeah.
your friend is dead like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's a lot of that in this.
Especially since right before that, it made sense, his reaction, because he was like yelling at it and all that stuff. And that totally made sense. But then he kind of flipped to this weird line that didn't make sense.
And then who knows how long it took. He's dragging the thing through the desert.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he's like, I could have been at a barbecue. And, you know, but, you know, it's just little things where it's like, you know, you don't know if your girlfriend is alive, if her son is alive, if the dog is alive, Boomer. You know some people you cared for are dead.
For sure, yeah.
And you're cracking wise. And I find that off-putting in movies.
Yeah.
So
we talked about before we saw the movie, and then while I was watching it, all these people that I recognize and all these good actors, and they had a really good cast.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, honestly, I think the writing just wasn't there. And it could have been. Like, if you look at the plot and the storyline, it could have been really, really good, like super solid. It just, somebody else should have written it.
Yeah, a star-studded disaster blockbuster film. Odds are they're going to be more relying on special effects, the explosions, and just the star powers of the stars themselves than really the story. But that was Roland Emmerich. He was the Steven Spielberg wannabe. He just dumbed things down like so much.
For Independence Day, loving it as kids, you can tell who he wrote it for. He wrote it for children, honestly. And it's not even really a kids movie per se, but even then, like, you could tell he wrote it to kids to enjoy, because as children we really enjoyed this movie.
It is definitely a popcorn flick.
It definitely is.
Yeah, we are not talking about a real cinematic masterpiece here. We're not talking something that had like a lot of thought to it. But then again, most disaster
but it still
films
holds your attention.
It still holds your attention.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's not like the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not as good as I thought it was.
no, same. Yeah, same.
I guess it doesn't really hold up. Sorry, guys. Sorry to ruin your childhood.
But
that's what we're here for. We watch it so you don't have to.
I was about to say, just remember, we ruin our childhoods so you don't have to do it.
Exactly.
Now, scores-wise, what would you guys score this?
Okay, so here's the thing. When I was a kid, it probably wasn't even over 9,000. I think it might have been like around 8,000. So now it's like a 2,000 or 3,000.
Wow.
I was gonna say, as a kid, I probably had it over 9,000. I mean, I really loved it the first time I saw it, and probably the 14th time I saw it as a kid. I mean, I still remembered lines. I was like quoting lines as we were going. I just remember them.
You did.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say 2,000.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much on the same page. As a kid, it was top 3, definitely top 1 for a long time. Watch it on VHS at the death. So yeah, it was definitely 9,000. As an adult, rating wise, I would say 6,000. It's okay, but I don't see myself watching this definitely nowhere near as much as I did, because I kid you not, the very last time I watched this movie was on VHS. On average, our score, the total power ratings, is
3,333.333.
Yeah, something like that.
We finished watching Independence Day as adults, so we're looking at 23 years later, and it does not hold up for us. But if you saw some stuff that maybe we didn't see, make sure that you comment below. If you haven't seen the movie and you watched our review, go watch the movie so that you can actually comment below. If you haven't seen any of our videos and this is the first one you've come to, watch some of the other ones, especially our Ruining Your Childhoods. Go back and find The Teen Witch, because I personally loved that one.
This movie didn't quite top that.
No, it did not.
Top that.
Keep an eye out, because Dark Crystal comes out on Netflix soon.
Yeah,
so we'll
30.
be doing that review of the movie and then the TV show. So hopefully you'll be seeing that pretty soon.
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and what do you say there, Ken?
Well,
Go for it. Hit it.
What I always say is that, as always, every single Friday there is a new video. But if you can't wait until then, we have a new video for you right now.